Is it possible for ex-lovers, family members, to follow a family member around like a plague, like a virus, and destroy their opportunities and relationships, go before them to meet a particular person or love interest, a particular career opportunity, use resources from a sinister, corrupt organization, a cult, a coven that they join, and utilize their resources to block a person from being able to come out of isolation, and the very reason why this individual um, decided to go into isolation in the first place as a means to trap the devil. Is it possible for an ex-lover to be that unstable, um, that begrudging, that mentally unstable, that no matter the fact that they broke up with their ex-partner many years ago, had no contact for many years or decades, that this individual would um, use their group members, their army of recruits, this sinister criminal network that they belong to stalk a person 24/7, as well as commission energetic manipulation and spell work, and look where a person is going and eavesdrop and look over their shoulder to see their daily routine and business activities and personal information on computers or public spaces like libraries or green spaces, and take whatever information that they use by way of studying and stalking 24/7 around the clock, and seeing if this person has a particular interest, and or use individuals to hack their devices, to hack their communication, to see who they're communicating with, and then a steady routine pattern of going ahead of a person to infiltrate their relationships and partnerships, or potential relationships and partnerships. Would that then mean or be categorized as a spiritual war? Would it be seen as a spiritual war after it's seen as a group of unhinged, mentally unstable, diabolical, wicked, and evil individuals in a corrupt, sinister organization? Would it be seen for what it is? That this problem is so mass that the amount of individuals in society that have sold their soul, or that didn't have a soul to begin with, to join these type of organizations and utilize their energy to attempt to destroy innocent souls' lives. Now, the fact that you can have family members or friends or ex-lovers attempt to keep you isolated from any future love interest or relationship, attempt to cover up any crimes they committed against you, any lies they told on you, and weasel their way into each person that you might be interested in, um, energetic circle, um, family network, business network, and go before you and plant these seeds of playing a damsel in distress, and working them over and getting them to either fall in love with them first, or get into relationships with them first, or bad contracts, and continuously repeat this pattern. And let's say you realize that they did it to one failed counterpart, or one potential counterpart who had the ability to choose correctly but got swept up in this sinister organization. And let's say you moved on and healed from that ordeal. And then they repeated the same pattern and did it again to a completely new potential counterpart. And let's say that counterpart, despite the warnings, and let's say all of them receive warnings. Let's say that you knew what was to come, what was to happen. You knew that this group is always plaguing and stalking. And by the time you reach out to these individuals and you send them a text or an email, you say, listen, whenever I reach out, wherever I am, this group follows. Let's say you did everything in your power to warn the new potential counterpart. And as crazy as it is that they go from one person to the next, one interest to the next. And they, for some reason and somehow, they are able to sweep these people up into this criminal network. And you're thinking to yourself, how is this possible? There is some type of energetic manipulation, abuse of divination, because by the time they approach, they've already begun the energetic manipulation. They've already begun the love spells, the binding spells, the glamour spells. This is how powerful this energetic manipulation is. And then they utilize the illusion of all the recruits around them, the group in general, the accolades, the titles, the resources, that they've weaseled their way into these positions to sweeten the deal and to get these people caught up. This is how the devil, the enemy, these wicked and evil ones is sweeping up divine beings, chosen ones, getting you to look in a completely opposite direction from your divine path. And they have been successful at creating these illusions and getting you all swept up without you all even considering doing any research and considering having the courage to reach out and communicate with the person that warned you in the first place. That has to be some type of energetic manipulation for people not to be well-rounded and balanced and want to know both ends of the story without, allowing these people to infiltrate their energy and just sweep them up and get them caught up in something that they don't belong. And then once they get clarity, if they ever do get clarity, hesitate or drag their feet on changing course and correcting their actions. Because what they do is they tell them what they want to hear. They love bomb them. They hide the truth. They come up with more lies, more schemes, more energetic manipulation to keep them in a mental fog. And this pattern repeats itself over and over. So let's say I was beguiled and tricked by crazy, deranged, delusional, um, you know, ex that came to my circle, you know, and befriended me and was like, "Yo, man, you're a cool dude. Let's hang out at the sports bar." The whole time, this dude knows that my divine counterpart, let's say, for example, hypothetically, was an ex of theirs. And this divine counterpart is simply, being obedient and following divine instruction. And this counterpart, for whatever, because of this person and the cult and coven that he belonged to, right, is trying to block her from reaching out to me, trying to block her from getting to me, communicating, right? And let's say, I befriend this dude, the whole time his ex is a divine counterpart or a high level soulmate, then she's trying to get to me. But he got to me first. And for whatever reason, I'm unhealed and I don't see beyond the veil, the BS, the lies, the mask that he's wearing. And I befriend him and he's giving me a sob story, a struggle, and I relate and I want to help him and do whatever I can. And I end up becoming cool with him. The whole relationship is based on fraud, based on lies. It's null and void. Let's say I get clarity after that. Do I hold on to whatever was established with this individual, this dude? Nah. Once I get clarity that, he's attached to her. And she was the one that the divine was trying to get my attention. Oh, I was set up and tricked by this dude who belonged to this criminal network and organization. Oh, do I try to salvage that? Do I hold on to that? Or do I get out of that? Do I move away from that? You know what I'm saying? Do I make the provisions to say, oh, this is null and void because it was based on the false pretenses? Or do I let this dude, nah, man, this is me, man. Remember we bonded, we had drinks and we was talking about life and this and that. And nah, it's all good. But it was based on false pretenses. You're diabolical. You're unhinged. You're unstable. Come to find out that this is a spiritual war. Your ex is the one that the divine was leading me to, but you blocked it by getting to me first. And you have a pattern of doing that to your ex. Come to find out, you did that to another potential partner or business relationship or career opportunity. And you and your group and all the other people you introduced me to and got around me, y'all keep doing the same thing to her. So on one end, you befriending me, creating an illusion, but it's all under false pretense, causing harm. But on her end, there's all type of harassment and hardship and struggle that you created for her, trying to hold her back, hold her down. She in and out of shelters, and she losing career opportunities because of you and your criminal network. She over there struggling. I'm in a good position. You befriended me to use me for my resources. And you telling me everything I want to hear because I'm in an unhealed place, because I'm ignoring my intuition and my discernment, and I'm not going over here to be a good steward to help this person out that did everything she could to reach out to me. This is what's going on, y'all. I just did a reversal, but it's a steady pattern of this criminal network, and we got to decide, what side are we on? Are we going to sit back on the sideline and look at it from a limited point of view, or are we going to see it as the spiritual war that it is and get involved and have concern? Because I'm telling you, if she, a divine partner, if she, high ranking in the spirit realm, fails and we allow it, then we all fail. There's consequences for allowing her to fail and the other catalysts like her. It's consequent. If we sit back as cowards and do nothing and let her fail, and she's the catalyst, she's gonna be all right. Her path is constantly rearranged because of devils like her ex. But if we allow her to fail or expire and not complete their mission, her mission and task, then we all gonna suffer the consequences. And that's just an example of what I need to start to get through to y'all.